Doodle-dee-dip, bip-bidip, dit-diddy-dip-bidip-bidoo. Ba-da-da-doodle-dee-dee-dap. Ba-da-dit-doot-dee-dit-dit. Ba-da-doodle-dee-dee-dee-dap-bow. Let's give it up. Let's get it. Oh, first tree trunk. LO. LOL. How you doing? Voila. D. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the new format. I got no pictures to show you. It's just my face in a car. But we'll make it work. Meister Bear, yo. Mr. Nargis, what's going on? Sterling Fuentes, what's going on? Opening thumbnail. I know, that's my new... Because I can't really show you guys any images the way I can on Instagram. My only JPEG attempt for humor is the opening JPEG. So I'm gonna keep going with that. Eventually, when you scroll through my YouTube, it's just gonna be a whole bunch of JPEGs of just me making really bizarre, crazy, intense faces. How am I? I'm pretty good. A little bit sick. I think I got food poisoning last night, so it was a rough time. So I'm feeling not well rested, but happy to be here. Yeah, I'll do the Einstein face next time. So finally caught a stream. Hey, Lucas Wolf, finally caught a stream. Yeah, I'm over here now. I don't think Instagram deserves any... I barely even want to post on there anymore. If it wasn't such a wide-scale, standardized system, and so useful, I probably wouldn't even post even new cartoons. Why don't you get a job? I do have a job. Where do you think I'm at my lunch break from? A job. Sushi? No, I'm not eating today. Bought a bike, preparing myself to be banned from the subway soon. Yeah. Well, you guys got to just stand up, you know? You got to find like-minded people who all decide in mob formation to just call the bluff, you know? Oh, this just in. Moderna calls for a thrice jabby. They are just making loads of money. IG is toxic. Yeah, it's kind of... It could be fun if it's like a small, cohesive group with a couple of ideological outliers. It could be kind of fun. But now it's just... They try to get you with utility. Yeah, that's the whole game. It's always been the game. Compliance, convenience, your appetites, simplicity, usefulness. They just pull you in with that carrot, you know? And it gets most people. Even people who are opposed to it, they're like, okay, all right, okay. Anybody I know personally that's got a job of the Hut, that got the Jabba the Hut, they didn't even want to. How old were you when you began considering the necessity of metaphysical truth and Christianity? Not too long ago, actually. I was an atheist. I was raised Christian, went away from it, was a hedonistic atheist retard. Or retard, sorry, YouTube. Retard. Jabba the Hutt, retard. Okay, got it. For like 15 years. And so it wasn't until like 3 years ago. And not that logic and reasoning and philosophy can get you to God, but it can certainly help get you to reasoning your faith and defending it and understanding it. So I think it was probably the transcendental argument, which was best. I believe there are a lot of people who adequately present that argument, but I think the best video is still encapsulating it, all of it, including negating the atheist view, or at least challenging it, is a guy named David Patrick Harry, who runs a YouTube account called Church of the Eternal Logos, and he does a video that I think is called The Argument for God for Atheists, or something like that, or Proof of God for Atheists. I forgot what it's called, but it's a good one, because he really lays down the arguments and what the difference is between the atheist paradigm and the theological paradigm, and actually how many apologists actually argue from the atheist paradigm, which is a mistake. So, the universe was created by a Big Bang. Yeah, Big Bang's nonsense. It's just like a total nonsensical hunch that's mostly derived probably from a comic book enthusiast who is, I believe, in the Catholic Church. There's no explanation. I mean, that's just like there's a Big Bang. You're like, wait, but what are you talking about? Are you just saying explosions that come from nothing can result in very ordered, particular systems of operation? Okay, can you show me an example of that? No. What was the deciding factor? Well, I just knew, just like all of us, we know that morality is written in our hearts. We know that our lives are meaningful. We know that there's absolute truth. We know that there are things we appeal to via faith, even from the materialist paradigm. We're still always walking in some faith. So once I realized that, I was like, it was as simple as, okay, truth is conceptual and absolute. All concepts require a mind. Humans didn't invent truth, because that's absurd. And so, the starting point was, okay, these things need an absolute mind to ground them. All of existence requires an intentional mind that's supernatural, out of time, beyond space, time, and material. That was enough for me to pursue the inquiry. For a lot of people, it's not enough to pursue the inquiry. They just stop at, we just accept things that are. It's just an axiom. It's axiomatic truth. We just accept it. We don't need to justify laws of logic. Truth, meaning, language, information, mathematics, reasoning. We don't need to justify any of it, it's self-evident. We just take it ad hoc. It's fine. Now, ad hoc isn't a good enough answer for me. Is this an ASMR stream? I do my best engineering by throwing dynamite into the junkyard. Yeah. My female friend was hospitalized after 3 days after Jabba the Hutt. Yeah. Makes sense to me. You can print them on paper. Yeah, I thought about that. That might take a lot of production, though. I should just have maybe one printout of all of them on one piece of paper, and I could at least look at them, but I don't know. Is your mainstream platform? Yeah, for now. I'm talking with, I'm going to be talking with Vox Day about unauthorized, because that seems to be a good fit for me. Not only does he have a comic section, which includes Ben Garrison and Stone Tossed. Stone Toss, I love. Ben Garrison's pretty cool. He was like a pioneer. He's a little bit Q boomer for me, but whatever. And so, I'll be looking at that, because there's live streaming on there. I can do the tunes, I can do animations, I can do live music. There's a lot I could probably bring to that platform And if I could get over there and do subscription based, then I won't have to worry about Instagram or YouTube or being on their monetization systems and all that, which would be really cool. So that would be awesome. Anyway, probably make this really short though, you guys, because I'm not feeling very good. Box is great. Yeah, I'm excited to interact with them. Seems like a no-brainer to me. We will not explore space as we imagine it. Yeah, I don't think we'll really ever explore out into space. I've been trying to hear your thoughts on CERN. CERN, I don't really buy into any of that. I think CERN is another basically subsidized agency that gets private and probably government funding. Don't take my word for it. Maybe look it up. I'm making an assumption there. And their job is to get you to believe a bunch of cool headlines that sound really amazing. Like they found a ripple in space-time, and then they're gonna find a way into a wormhole to get into your ear, and then that gets private and probably government funding. Don't take my word for it. Maybe look it up. I'm making an assumption there. And their job is to get you to believe a bunch of cool headlines that sound really amazing. Like they found a ripple in space-time, and then they're gonna find a way into a wormhole to get into your ear, and then from your ear they're gonna be able to shout things, and you're gonna, it's just on and on with these people. Meister Bear, $20. Extra toilet paper at the Jim Bob household. Thank you. That's hilarious. Yeah. The car again. Yeah, this is my life in the car. So, but other than that, yeah, it sucks getting food poisoning. I don't know what it was. I ate some kind of, I don't even know. I don't even want to talk about it, actually. Or I could just get, maybe I have the Delta. Oh gosh, it's a Delta. Feels so weird seeing you on YouTube instead of the gram. Yeah, I don't like the gram. I mean, I liked it for a while. It's likable when they don't ban you, and I'm not opposed to being banned. I just oppose the reasoning. I ban people all the time. I love the power of banning people. It's awesome. But again, it's a blessing because, when it comes down to it, if I really want to expand what I'm doing and put more time into it and do all the things I want to do that I'm passionate about, it can't be dependent on the gram. That's like trap. That's how they get you. They're like, oh, you have 100,000. Oh, you have 200,000 followers now. Oh, you want a check mark? Oh, we'll give you a check mark. And then you're like, oh, you want a badge? Oh, you get some super chat badges during your live stream. And that's how they get you. That's their leash. It's a leash made of carrots. It's like it's like one of those candy necklaces. It's all these platforms. They give you candy necklaces that you think are necklaces that taste good and you can eat. Oh, I like that. This is a nice super chat. And then all of a sudden they tighten it and you're like, wait, I thought this was a candy necklace. And then you're controlled. And then they're like, you're going to get you shut down. Again, it's the same technique they use to get people to stand in front of Jabba the Hutt. What happens when Ben gets Delta after vaccine? Well, he's gonna make a post and say, I made a mistake. I spelled vaccination with 2 X's. It should have been 3. I should have covered my grounds, dotted my I's, crossed my T's. Here's the thing, Fox. Vaccination is, vaccines are well established. I mean, if you go all the way back to the beginning in the early 1900s, even before then, in the early 1800s, it was scientific. It was already proven. If you pull infected cow pus from a cow, from an infected wound of a cow, and then you inject it into your body, into your bloodstream, it serves a good purpose medically. It's definitely a healthy mode
You know, enough with this nonsense of burning sage and eating well and all these other hocus pocus remedies. You know, it's like, you know, evolve with the real world, folks. You know, we're advancing here, folks. You know, that is why they call it a vaccine. It's VACA. That means cow. It's basically a cow pus injection, folks. If that's not scientifically valid to you and medically established, I don't know how to help you. My wife's a doctor. Oh, my little tummy hurts. I think it's ironic that Jim Bob's little tummy hurts. Perhaps karma. I don't really believe in karma, but if I did believe in karma, I'd be celebrating right now. Whose little tummy hurts now, Jim Bob? Yours. Game over. I won the debate. Debate is over. Oh, my little tiny tummy. Oh, my little tiny tummy hurts. Oh, God.
Social media is a Faustian bargain. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey, multiple division. How are you? What's the origin of my little tummy hurts? I don't know. All this stuff comes out of nowhere. I just become them, and then I just see what comes out. I think it's just because, like, I imagine him. I think it was just something as simple as, like, you know, unclogging the sink or the toilet, or like doing something manual labor like a man would do when he gets like a splinter in his hand, right? I think it was a splinter. He was like, the original thing was like he's doing some work. He finally tried it, and he got a splinter under his fingernail, and he almost threw up, and it's like his little tummy hurts so bad. And it also came from, it basically quickly evolved into his biological response to feeling emotions, normal human emotions. And so that's his only way to tell that he's human. It's not because he feels joy and laughter and grief and heartache and empathy and all these things. He only feels his little tummy hurting. So even when he feels humor, it's only his little tummy hurting. It's like, that is the thing, folks. You know, it's been a trade-off ever since I was little. It's like I knew the lacking of my basic social cues and whatnot, and all the meaning, all the silent communication, nonverbal communication that would occur in my lifetime. I knew I would miss out on those things and not be able to discern any of it. But in exchange, I was really good at stuff, really good at writing, really good at reading. You know, I went to a party. If I went to a party, people were boring to me. And so what I did is bring a book to the party and I read. I mean, it's clearly that they're boring and I'm not boring. It's like, if they weren't boring, I wouldn't be reading. I mean, it's like, yeah, it could be easy for them to look at me reading in the corner and not talking to anyone and be like, that guy's boring. But it's actually the opposite, folks. I mean, I'm happy to debate you on this topic. But the thing is, it's like, you know, back to my point. It's like, you know, that is a trade-off, folks. I get to make a lot of money, you know, sell a lot of books, debate a lot of children, you know, push a lot of like pro-Israel agendas and stuff. It's like, you know, you don't get to do that, folks, if you're fiddling about and you're making friends and making jokes and writing songs and questioning the moon landing and whatnot. That is a trade-off, folks. If you want to be rich, you know, put aside your pursuit of truth, put aside all of your family and social obligations, you know, and get down to business, get down to brass tacks, folks. Yeah, that's all, folks. How long was I a carpenter? I was a carpenter probably like 3 years. I with two other guys, I built my parents' house. Without, you know, we didn't do the foundation, that was poured, but all the framing, all of the finishing, all of basically the wood, all of the wood, all of the internal and external, and you know, it was awesome. I still remember a lot of the fundamentals, which is good. I'll probably be able to use that. We're obviously falling back 1,000 miles per hour when I watch the sun goes down. Yeah, exactly. Probably not. He got disgusted from taking a fish off a hook. Yeah. He was like,
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I will go fishing, folks. I will go fishing. I figured out a really great way to go fishing. And for those of you who want to go fishing and do masculine things, if you want to, put on cowboy boots and go to the rodeo, but not actually hang out with the people at the rodeo because you think they're disgusting. If you want to go fishing, I highly recommend getting on the internet and finding a friend, finding an acquaintance you can keep on retainer that will do the fishing for you. That is what I've done. What I've done is I found, in the free market, the blessing of the free market, the best thing about this the capitalist system. Not only does it bring people out of poverty at epic proportions, it offers all of these solutions to problems. So if I'm looking for a man friend, and I want to keep him on retainer to hang out with me and go fishing and go camping and do all the masculine things, so I can document that and put it on social media and prove to the people that I'm a man. I found it perfect. It is perhaps the best app of finding like-minded men to hang out with. It's called Grindr. And I think they call it that because, men are always at the grind. They're doing the hard work, doing the daily routines. I think it's a great name, great marketing. So, yeah, I found Brett on Grindr. And, I reached out to him through a direct message, private, encrypted, of course. And I said, yeah, I want to keep you on retainer. I know there's a lot of good things you're capable of. I saw the list. I'm not interested in all of them. But one of those things is definitely going fishing. I will sit in the comfy, Insta hammock, right? And you will do the fishing at the edge of the water. When you catch a fish, I will come over to you and I will hold the rod. You will take a photo of me holding the rod. You could even take a short video of me reeling in the rod for maybe 3 to 5 seconds. At which point we will cut that. We will edit that. You will agree that I did that. You will sign a non-disclosure agreement saying the things that I post are actually me doing those things. In reality, you will be reeling it in, Brett. That is how it works. That is how social contracts work, folks. And so, yes, you will do the icky stuff. You will pull out the hook. You will pull out the hook. You will put the bait on the worm. Oh, God. You will definitely put the bait on the worm.
$10 from MTB Bear. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tristan, $11. Hope you feel better. Yeah, it's on and off for me. I've never felt like this. I've definitely had food poisoning, but I've never been sick where I get dizzy from if I move my head too fast or I observe too many things too quickly. I get actually lightheaded and dizzy. It's still happening even now. That can't be good. Jim Hub knows Shapiro better than Shapiro. Yeah, I consider it a work, God's work, to reveal the humanness of someone like him for his own good, and pulling him down into that. That's the irony, is that he wants to be there's nothing more that I want to be seen as a normal guy, that someone who can wear a hat in Nashville, who could be accepted. I even bought an old timey Nashville guitar and I put it on my wall. I will never play that guitar because I play violin. I actually play a junior viola, to be fair. But the thing is, I just want to be accepted. I just want to be accepted by normal people. I want to be one of the boys, but I don't really want to be one of the boys because I don't want to actually go out with the boys or talk with the boys or anything like that. But I want to be in the group, and so that is what I do. This is how I do it. If you don't like how I do it, you can go find another way. Nobody's forcing you to do things my way. That is mildly inappropriate for a political discussion. It's time for blackberries. Yeah, I think I need a fast. I need to go on a little soup, cleanse, water. Not that I'm eating horrible. It's just that it's time to really eject a lot of stuff. I think it's time. It's like I purged. A purge was put upon me online. A massive purge, and now I'm left with really good, 13, 15,000 people or whatever it is now. which is cool. And so now I have to do that to my body. A mark of a good novelist is letting the characters write themselves. You do it with real people. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm coming up with anything. Like, I know it's my brain accessing something, but when I embody Ben Shapiro and Peterson and all these people, I'm literally feel like I'm like a conduit, that I'm interacting directly with you guys and reality the way they are, and I'm believing it. Like, I have faith that I'm actually experiencing what they experience. And so that just gives me what I need to say. It's really, you know, I'm basically like a puppet. I've become allergic to shrimpies in the last 5 years. I haven't had any crabbies to find out. Some people do that. Sometimes they get allergic or they'll lose their allergy out of nowhere too. But it's a common allergy. Glad I don't have any allergies. BJ Stroberg's Merca. Hi. What's going on? 2 seconds in, Shapiro's name pierces my ears. You're allergic to all shellfish, Suburban? I mean, I like them. I can see how people are disgusted by them. They're literally the insects of the ocean. They're just bigger insects.
Yes, crabby. I don't eat crabby. I study crabby. What am I, some peasant? What you don't know is now the seafood is often seen as a luxury now, some sort of high-end elite novelty. But the truth of the matter is they are the shrimpies and the crabbies and the lobsters were given to the poorest slaves. Yeah, the peasants who believe in God. Yeah, only a peasant, only an uneducated peasant believes in a God. Yeah. If there was a God, I'd be much more popular than I am. Yeah.
You don't think you'd eat it anyway? I mean, I'm a savage. I'll eat anything. Someone was like, okay. Oh, okay. So you'll eat a dog? You'll eat a cat? I was like, yeah. And that was the end. They thought they were going to trap me in some sort of contradiction. Oh, so you'd eat you're saying you'd eat a squirrel or a cat or a dog? Yeah? Okay. Oh, okay. I would. I don't want to. I'm not going to. Well, why not? Well, they're just not good meat animals, you know? I mean, you forget that certain animals actually taste good and others don't. I mean, that's a good enough reason. It's not an accident that bad tasting animals became some of our friends. I mean, absent a pig, a lot of people take pigs in as a friend. I think that's a mistake. But it also could be a mistake to eat a pig. Some of it's gross. Bacon's awesome. But if I was a vegan and I wanted to use rhetoric to get people to stop eating bacon, you know how they're like, you eat rotting flesh. And you're like, well, not really. It's cooked. And technically, you're eating rotting plants. Like, everything's rotting. At what rate is the only question. But if I were to get people to stop eating bacon, I would just be like, you're eating pig scab. You're eating the scabs of pigs. And I think the visual would actually be very effective. And it's not even true, but it's rhetorical. You know?
Oh, yes. Wow. Oh, Daddy.
Bacon is gross. It's not, though. It's not. Pork chops are gross, though. They're disgusting. There's nothing. A lamb chop is amazing. A pork chop is, ugh. Like when someone says, "Oh, you're eating a lamb chop like a baby lamb," you think that, like, think about what you're doing. And it literally, when they say that, it gets me hungry. And I'm like, the moment I bite into a lamb, like a barbecued lamb chop that's just so perfectly cooked, very simple, salt and pepper, still tender and a little pink, I will kill a baby lamb. It doesn't make me go, oh, I feel bad. It makes me actually want to, like, go find baby lambs. Okay? Just so you know. Like when I remember that movie, The Cove? Like, I'm pretty sure I ate sushi right after that. Like, all of that horror does not have the same effect on me as it does a lot of other people. It makes me hungry because I see through the game that they're playing of emotion, appeal to emotion and gore. And I'm like, yeah. You see all the gore. I see all of the sashimi. Like I see further down the line. You just want me stuck in this perpetual state of trauma and blood and gore. But I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to see the entire process and the whole thing. And if it ends in sashimi, sorry. I want baby seal chops. My Korean boss can manage to slurp shrimp while eating it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, my Vietnamese coworkers figured out how to slurp a club sandwich. They're all slurpers. I don't know how they do it. I understand why they do it with soup and noodles. It's like, okay, I get it. I will grant you this one thing that interrupts and triggers my misophonia. Misophonia! It's funny that it's called misophonia, and the biggest, perpetrators of loud smacking are Asians. It's like a joke. Why do you slurp when you Asian bomb? I don't slurp. I don't like food sounds. You slurpers. I totally thought of that too. That came into my head. Crunch noodles? Yeah, I can handle a crunch. I mean, Megan crunches pretty damn loud. Like I sit on the other side of the couch, when we're like relaxing, the kids are to bed and she's eating a snack. Like, I'm at least 6 feet apart. Social distancing for the crunch. And then we come together after she's done, which can take up to an hour each evening of crunching. Liberals, oh my God, don't eat the turtle eggs. Also liberals, it's not alive if it's not outside the womb. Exactly. Slurping means it take good and compliment chef. Yeah, well, the chef's nowhere in sight. It's like I'm in the common kitchen area, and my coworkers are slurping stuff. I just want to go up to them and take my fingers and widen their eyes, and be like, "Do you see chef anywhere here? No. You're not complimenting anyone by slurping like that. Cut it out." Finger licking, even more disgusting. Absurdly disgusting. One of the grossest things I've ever seen. Even worse, in my view. Sniper eye. You remember Sniper Eye? That's funny. They also lose. Yeah, in the bathroom, it's also disgusting. It's just like everything they can possibly conjure up that could come out of their body, That's what going to the, and it makes sense. It's utilitarian based. The utility is irrefutable. It's like, why wouldn't you? That's the whole point of going to the bathroom. So you don't have to do that in public and make gross people out, ironically, even though I mean, to be really consistent, Asians should be eating inside bathrooms too, because all the sounds they're making in the bathroom is, the slurping of the food is just as bad to me. But anyway, yeah, they go into the bathroom and it's like every possible thing. They figure out a way to to, how you like clear your throat. They're like, and then they go, and then like clear their nose, and then like they go in their ear, and you hear like, and then like, they do a grunt, and then they fart, and then like some bubbles happen in their lower stomach, and then, and then somehow they make their eyes do something, Does Megan make you wear indoor shoes? No. No, shoes off in the house. So. Well, thanks to everybody who came on last night with Mom Bob. That was awesome. That was a cool. Definitely going to do that more, and we'll get more concise and intentional with what we're talking about, because the duo that we are, it's really cool to be able to do cultural funny stuff at the front and then have supporting scriptural stuff in the back. It's a really fun way to study scripture and to have it land inside your life the way life is occurring to all of us today. Let's see Mom Bob next time. I know, I'll figure that out. I have to use Streamlabs, I think. Someone's creeping? Yeah, there's always someone creeping behind me. They're like, is that crazy cartoonist guy? Let enemy defeat it. So, let enemy defeat itself. My wife works with factories in China and they have spit buckets. Yeah, it's disgusting. They don't think for a second like, oh, that's, don't do that. That's annoying. Whoopity-woo. Well, actually, I think I'll end it early because I do want to email Vox and get a jump on the opportunity of exploring unauthorized as potential safety net for creativity and expression, and I always thought something like that needs to be somewhat earned through fire, and I think I've experienced some fire. Of course, not as much as some of those guys have. But, it'd be a cool place to go. I think a lot of people would enjoy it. I think I would add a lot to that platform. And I've been a subscriber to that platform for, I think, almost 2 years now. Has Tony Fauci read The Art of War?
Well, I have read The Art of War, and I do agree with some of the things that the Sun Tzu says, and not all of them. Maybe there is a percent that could be applied to today's paradigm and socioeconomic structure. With that said, I'm more of a fan of Saul Alinsky and the rules for radicals, and some of those techniques and methodologies are pretty much, um, you know, they're fireproof in my opinion. Uh, no pun intended. If you stick to the Saul Alinsky method, you probably somewhere down the line be completely immune to any sort of backlash or counter action, which is what we're seeing today. But maybe down the road, people will catch on and we'll hit a blip in our progress toward our ultimate goal of reprogramming the body response system to toxicity and replacing it with corporate run operating systems via the new technology of maybe super paramedic ion oxide nanoparticles. Maybe not.
$5. Thanks for the stream. Thanks, Richard. Appreciate that. I'll probably cut that one. I have to make a Fauci animation puppet. I'll probably do that when I have some free time later. He needs to be animated a little bit more, that guy.
Maybe.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna end this a little early. Thanks for the Trooper chats. I really appreciate it. It's a great way to support me. It goes to cool stuff. It goes to my time making cool stuff. If you like the stuff I make, that's the best way to do it. You either buy the stuff that I make, or you send me funds to make the stuff that I make, and it's a cool setup. So I will let you know any progress with unauthorized. I'm pretty excited about possibility, and that's it. I'm gonna end it a little early so I can do a little email and maybe manage any
unresolved internal intestinal problems from the toxic food that I ate possibly last night that could be the culprit with how I'm feeling today. But not to give you too much detail, because that would make things very specific, and we cannot be too specific if we are to complete the tasks and the agendas we have on the table at the moment.
I look pale. Yeah, I'm ill. All right, I gotta go. See you guys.